All right, what up? Let's today's gonna be super quick, like very, very, very quick. Weather forecast does not look great. Let me adjust this actually. No, I think we want to do this. Oops. Sorry, all my settings got messed up. I was on my other channel the other day, so I gotta redo all this. Hold on. It's probably good. Probably good. Yeah, whatever. All right, let's first take a look at the most important thing, the weather, because this is just not a week to fish. Sorry, just got to be blunt. It's just not the week to be looking forward to trout fishing. Maybe the very, very, very early part of the week. Maybe, probably not even. Water's pretty low right now, and brook trout. Go find some brook trout. Here you go, guys. You want to really get out and go fishing, have some fun. The summer's almost over. If you haven't done like a brook trout adventure, now is the time. Go find some high elevation, ice cold water, and throw some dry flies and just have some fun. Go for some brook trout. I guess we can just look at some general area. Check out the West Branch. Oh, okay. So there you go. There's your options. You can go fish the West Branch of the Delaware high up in the system, or you can go for brook trout. I think that's what this is going to boil down to. We'll take one look at the Esopus. We'll see how much the Farmington has recovered now that we've had, just a couple of cold nights here, but get out of here. All right. What do we got? Yeah, tomorrow, go fish tomorrow. If you guys are, if you got Saturday open, partly cloudy, wind isn't a factor, get out there tomorrow. You could probably fish all day. There's a good chance. Bring a thermometer. Maybe at like 3 p.m. the water will get kind of iffy, but I would say even on most freestones, tomorrow you could probably fish the whole day. Sunday, no. Sunday really through, what is that? Sunday through the whole week. That's just nuts. It's not even recovering at night. Even the nighttime temperatures are 67. 67 is about the cutoff for trout fishing. So I would say by Monday afternoon, after all that sun on Sunday, I'd say by Monday, unfishable. Besides brook trout, it's just not looking good. I just got to be honest. We'll look at literally like 2 or 3 streams. I would say by Monday afternoon. Let me just check this, make sure this is good. Yeah. All right, so that's fine. By the way, guys, when you come into these lives, feel free to hit the like button just so this reaches more people. Maybe more people that are, really busy in their life and they work a lot and they finally have a Saturday free, right? They finally have a couple of hours. Maybe this will make them make a little bit of a better choice and get on some fish. Weather sucks, but you know what? This is probably the last little, you could just see where it's going. So this is the last little surge of warm weather. After this, as soon as the water temps come back down after this week, we're good to go. The whole rest of the fall into winter, any time of day, any weather. Go hit any stream you want. But this week just looks like trash. Let's see here. Let's check out the Esopus. See how that's doing. The Esopus, though, when it's low, those shallow rocks, man. Yeah, look at the water level. That's not going to sustain the temps. What is that, 400, 500? Yeah, so, the temperature today, I guarantee it's fishable all day just because we have some cold nights here. Let's see. What did it reach? Yeah, it's maxing out, right at that cutoff zone, that 66 zone it got up to today. So the Esopus you can fish tomorrow. If you really want to get out, maybe fish the Esopus tomorrow. But look at the peaks of the afternoons are close. And just because this graph here on the internet says 66, certain parts of the river may be in the danger zone. So I'd bring a thermometer. But if you want to fish tomorrow morning from first light all the way through probably noon, good to go, 100%. So Esopus, you could do that. And then that's probably off limits for at least a week. Let's check the Farmington and Riverton. I know they had some really chilly nights over there. but the water's so low. The water level is so low that when you get those hot, sunny days, yeah, I mean, the water, look at that. The water was still, holy cow, I cannot believe that. Riverton is still in the danger zone. I mean, early morning, it's not even worth it. Guys, just because the temperature is 2 degrees below 68, it's just, I don't know. You're gonna go there and what, bug the trout for a couple of hours when they're just like recovering? I'd stay away from the Farmington completely for at least another 2 weeks. And then we'll just take a look at the West Branch of the Delaware, because this should be, why can't I type? This should be totally fishable, regardless of the weather this week. Ooh, I don't know. The flows are down. What are the temps? Yikes. And that's Hale Eddy, right? Yeah, that's Hale Eddy. Getting over 60. So even this week, unless you're way upstream, even the West Branch of the Delaware, I would imagine, is unfishable this week, probably starting on Monday. From about Hale Eddy down to, all the way to the junction of the East Branch, I would say unfishable. Maybe right at the crack of dawn. I mean, it's a tailwater. I mean, you could see these lows here, low 50s. So it cools right off. You could get out there at first light, squeeze in some hours if you want. But afternoon fishing, it's bright sun. It's bright sun. We just looked at the weather. Bright sun. Low water and bright sun. You wouldn't believe how much these temperatures can climb in a matter of just a couple of days. They can really, really climb. So even if you're seeing like today, 50 degrees in the morning, peaking at 60 in the afternoon, this is not going to be good in a couple of days. I mean, let's look at the last 30 days. You had some temps in Hale Eddy that were getting up into low 60s. Is that water kind of trickles over those shallow, you guys know what the West Branch looks like. Those areas where everything's just ankle deep, foot deep, rolling over those rocks in bright 90-degree sun. Yeah, by the time that water rolls down to Hancock, it's going to be probably unfishable. So, I don't know. It's a brook trout week. If you really got to go cast for something, brook trout. Let me check the comments real quick. I don't know. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's just not a whole lot to say this week. The weather's just super hot. Go grab some beer. Go to the lake. Go have fun. Just not a week to be trout fishing, unfortunately. Dang, man, you don't have, I'm just looking at the comments right now. You don't have water temps on your gauges? Huh. Interesting. Where do you fish for brook trout? You could fish for brook trout anywhere, man. You just gotta look at maps and stuff. I might put out a video this week, actually, exactly how to look at maps. A video that basically goes over what to look for when you're just pulling up maps and how to read, different types of maps and elevation, and how to kind of look at where certain tributaries collect in a certain watersheds and how to target what sections of those. Maybe we'll go over something like that this week. That would probably help a lot of people this fall pick some new water. But, Vermont, you pick a little small trickle of a stream that's way high up in the mountains in Vermont, it's a good chance it has brook trout. You go way into the middle of the Adirondacks, you hike off the beaten path, and you hike one of those larger mountains, a little 6-foot wide creek way up in the, 2,000-3,000 feet elevation. Good chance it's going to be cold and it's going to have brook trout. Just bring a thermometer. If it's ice cold water, there's probably trout in there, especially if it flows into larger systems, which most of them do. How we doing, guys? What did I miss? You didn't miss too much, man. Sorry, I'm just kind of catching up on comments here. I'm probably only going to be on here for another couple of minutes. Basically, the moral of the story is just not a week to be fly fishing. We'll give the trout a little bit of time here. The temps coming are just crazy. The water levels are too low to sustain their temps. The temps might be okay now. You guys could definitely get out this weekend, especially early mornings. But for the upcoming week, a lot of stuff's off limits. Even something like the Farmington is like probably 2 weeks away from fishable. Esopus, fishable for another day, maybe two, then probably unfishable. West Branch of the Delaware, probably fishable for another 3-4 days, and then probably unfishable. But do you really want to go sit in 90-degree sun anyway, and cast around and just get baked by the sun? The fishing isn't even going to be good. It's hard enough to fish with conditions like that. Like I don't do that well bright sun. I mean, you go to the Delaware and it's just scorching hot bright sun in the afternoon. It's not good fishing. It's tough, so it's not even worth it, even if the temps do allow. So I'm trying to think, is there any last things to go over? Probably not, because we're gonna do this next week. So on Friday, we'll get everything back up to speed and go over the flies to be using moving forward. And then what will be very important moving forward is as we get really towards the back end of September, really more than a week into October, we'll be talking about fishing watersheds that have wild brown trout in them, and really kind of the time frame where you should probably stay away from that type of a thing, or if you really have to go out, know the water types where the only fish you would hook in that area is not a spawning fish. Go over stuff like that, but hitting up a new brook trout spot I found tomorrow morning. Morning temps look decent. Absolutely. Hitting the Catskills Monday on the motorbike. Always keep an eye on the streams side of the road. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Farmington's cooked. Sopus. West Branch. I mean, yeah, I don't even know. I'm curious, like, the temps out west. Have they gotten more rain? Let's look at the West Canada. Just the water level. I'm just not sure how much water is coming down that Cass Bridge. I think we want this. This is an interesting graph here. What are we looking at? Well, it's looking like it's flood stage is 12. Huh. Interesting. Let's look at that other one. Ouch. No water. No water. Oh, plenty of water. Or I don't know. Is that a lot of water? Where's this Cass Bridge? Cass Bridge, New York. I'm going to look this up real quick. I'm not familiar with the West Canada. Let's look this up. How far down is that? It's got to be way down. If it's over 1,000 CFS, it's got to be like the bottom of it. Cass Bridge. That is... Where am I looking here? Why is this so confusing? Yeah, that's pretty far down. Okay, so here's okay. Trenton Falls is way up there. All right, yeah, so that's kind of the bottom of the river. I don't know the temps on the West Canada. They can't be good though. I'll tell you that for free. They cannot be good, especially this week. That's definitely an off limits. It's a brook trout week. It's a brook trout week. That's all I can say at this point. Go find some brook trout. Hike up into the mountains and just fish some little brooks with dry flies. That's fun. I might do that this week. I might actually do that this week. There's been a couple spots that have been eyeballing on maps that I think could hold some unbelievable brook trout. Got some new camera type stuff that I want to try to get certain shots of. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see, guys. Just wanted to pop on here. Didn't want to leave everybody hanging. We usually do this at 9 p.m. if you're new here. So next Friday, we'll probably be back to the 9 p.m.er. But for now, go find some brookies. Otherwise, just enjoy the sunshine. Mousing this weekend at night. Breaking out the 8-weight. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Hold on. Do you ever target bass on fly rod? I mean, I have. I haven't in probably 3 years, 2 years, but um, nah. I just don't like. Basically, lately, if I'm fishing, I'm uh, I'm fishing for trout. I'm either fishing or I'm not, and if I'm fishing, it's for trout. If I have the time to get out there and film, I just try to go find trout. And you guys know, past two videos, I'm trying to find a 2 footer. So that's just where my head's at. I mean, that's all I'm gonna do. Maybe this week will be an exception. Go try to find some brook trout and mix in kind of a different episode. But as soon as the temps are back down, we're gonna go find just an absolute pig, just a gigantic brown trout. That's all I care about right now. So I don't know, guys. Good luck this week. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Watch some college football.